Whatever I do, not up to you.
He's always ready, mate.
Let's
That's what reliability sounds like, boy.
I do get camera shots.
Our prize winner. So we got Carl here. There's no sound, as you can see.
Yeah.
Hey, like, this is cool.
Afo's here.
Jaffo's here, so he's gonna.
And action.
Start again.
Go, Jeffrey.
Welcome back to Fish and Drifts podcast 11.
11.
Woo!
Yes. That's the go. Last one did well, so we're back on track, boys.
Yeah. It's been about 3 weeks since the last one.
Yeah. That.
We've all had time to lick our wounds after Matsuri.
Matsuri, how was it?
It wasn't too bad.
An emotional roller coaster.
Oh, bad boy over here.
The armbands cut off there with it. One of many people.
Yeah.
Testing the limits of the QR stuff, I think.
Well, it was good of them to take the tyre barriers away.
Yeah.
So for the people at home, we did do Matsuri. We had all 4 cars first time in one spot.
Yep.
As you probably don't know, Jig's part of the team now.
Yeah,
so
woo.
that's official.
I got stickers finally.
Yeah, and we do have room for one more, so time will tell on that one. But anyway, so we went to Matsuri, and you're in the naughty corner a fair bit there, Jig. $20, $20 bucks.
20 bucks is 20 bucks.
Yeah.
So we put a bit of a wager on, and I said I bet Brad $20 that he was going to be the first person to lose his armband, but it turns out it was me. I blame Carl for pushing me too hard.
But in your defence, I wasn't out on track. Probably only 3/4 less than you were. So yeah.
Wasn't a good time for you, mate?
Mate, second gear was ripping in my car, but third gear I just...
I don't know anything about, bro. Third gear was fine.
Yeah, but nah.
Wasn't punishing it like Carl was.
Yeah, that's right.
Wasn't my car.
Third gear just wasn't for me.
Nah.
I don't like just smashing on the clutch.
Man, after driving it, I know what you're saying. It just like has like next to no response on the throttle. You've got to be up in the revs, and when you try to grab in the corner, you've got to hit the clutch to keep it going. Like before I did my built motor, with the stock sort of engine with the similar size turbo what you used to have, you could just put the foot down at about 3.5, 4 grand, and the torque would pull it up to the RPM anyway.
Yeah,
and you didn't have to work it hard.
Yeah, that's right. And even like I was in like tandems and wasn't quite sure what old mate's doing in front of me, and the revs would drop right down, and I just had nothing there just to pick back up easy, and that was getting frustrating, eh?
Yeah.
And then me and Carl looking back at the Matsuri video exactly 1 year ago, and you could just hear the difference in the car, where like I was there on first, second, third, mungy, I was double munging and then into the corner, and this time I couldn't even get to third gear quick enough to do one mungy pretty much, so
running out of track before you could get to the RPM that you needed.
It just didn't lighten up. It was like it was super smooth.
Yeah,
it was a good street car.
Yeah, that's about it.
Sunday driver.
But the actual street car, buddy, it ran circles around me.
Yeah, mighty 31, mate.
Yeah, nah.
With my Carl build.
Tested and proven.
Yeah, it still had to get it. I was surprised it did.
Yeah.
Fuck it, copped a punishment.
Oh, mate, your R31 bloody killed it out there. That's like, so I wasn't sure if it was me or the car at one stage with my dramas. And Jig's like, just jump in my car. Just go out there and buddy, find your feet, whatever. Jump in Jig's, buddy, third gear entry, straight up, buddy, we're cooking. I'm like, oh, we're on here, we're on. And then it took me a couple laps to actually get it,
get your head around it,
get it flowing and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. I knew from there it's my car, not me.
Might need to put a RB30 in your car, mate.
Oh, I wouldn't mind the bottom end at least. Yeah, so
your car required a little bit of extra pedaling.
Yeah,
it certainly did.
Yeah. So I'm not a fan of that, eh? So so there's different plans going on for my car now. Get it back to how it was. Time will tell on that one. We'll get into that a bit later on. But how did your car go, mate?
Besides pumping a litre of oil out on one run from 3 to 6, pretty good.
Yeah.
We went and got some garden hose from super cheap, and
So RB was doing RB things.
RB was on RB things.
And mine doesn't pump oil yet.
And it's Carl build. I did a jig build. You know,
I was calling out yours, wasn't it? Yeah.
So, but now we end up putting like a really big hose. So with the dash 10 fittings from the sump to the catch can, we put a hose over the top of the fittings. So it's a 20mm hose.
Yeah.
And that allowed actually the air and the oil to sort of bubble in the hose instead of filling the catch can. And it was fine after that.
Yeah. So it took you a half a day to get your head wrapped around that, you reckon?
Probably even 3/4, man, to be honest with you, on the Saturday. But tried a few different things in the morning and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So, and I need to be able to have the car ready for Drift Masters next week. So that way I can do a battle. If I've got to line up again, I need to be able to line up.
Yeah.
And the way it was, like, I couldn't have. I would have had to go into the pits and
Call it 5 minutes.
yeah,
Shut it down, let all the oil
just
run
to
back
drain,
the
just to drain oil out of it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got,
In saying that, but with your old setup too, when you did stop for a period of time and you shut it off, the oil was going back where it needed to, but I think just the hose for the sump breather or crankcase breather, it just wasn't big enough for it to allow oil down and air up sort of thing.
yeah. And we actually got Anthony. We actually messaged him in New Zealand who gave me that original idea for the setup.
Yeah.
And we sussed out what size hose he runs, and he runs the same setup but with like 30mm hose.
Yeah.
So what, like a dash 20 hose or something
Yeah,
like that?
no, he's put barbs and everything.
Yeah,
So,
righto.
Yeah, and he's welded barb to the sump,
Yeah.
barb to the catch can, does the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, V2.
yeah, well, you gotta test these things, eh?
Trial and error, mate. Trial and error.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my old setup exactly like you got now.
Yeah, well, all I said to a few guys, what I would do to that is, if I have to do anything to it, I'd just leave the fitting on the catch can, but I'd pull the sump and just put a fitting on the sump.
Yeah.
Because that's what the problem is from the sump to the line, it's not the catch can down
Yeah. So you put a bigger fitting on
on the sump.
so it can flow.
Yeah, just like, with the dash 10 hose, imagine like a straw, when you put a little bit of fluid in it, you put your thumb over it, the fluid stays in the straw. Because it was so small, with the crankcase pressure, it might get only say 50ml of oil into the line, but it couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
And then 50ml every 5 seconds, all of a sudden you've got 800ml in catch can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, with the bigger hose, it didn't do it. It was fine.
Other than that, you had a fucking awesome run, mate.
Yeah, fucking
How many sets of tyres did you go through?
16.
16.
16 tyres.
So,
And
600 horsepower.
so 8
16
pairs.
tyres.
Yeah, 8 pairs, and it's probably the least amount of driving I've done at a Matsuri event yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And you normally go through about 12 or 14.
normally I probably go about 14, 16 on average.
Okay.
But I would drive. I reckon I would easily drive. Like I went through 140 litres of fuel. Normally I go through like 240.
Yeah.
Like I normally go through a lot more fuel.
Yeah. Right.
So what you're trying to say to me is less seat time and more tyres and fuel.
Yeah. So, obviously, I was trying different tyres, so I want to get set up for Drift Masters.
Yeah.
So, next Matsuri, I might go back to a different tyre to see if I can get an extra few runs out of it.
Yeah.
So, because that's more fun than competition.
Yeah.
So, that's what I want fun with the boys.
Just disconnect the boost controller for the next one, mate. Run gate pressure.
It probably drives good still. But, like, we pulled the logs out of my car, finally. And I was saying to the boys, I said, I feel like I'm driving only like 60-70% throttle. So we pulled the logs out, sent them over to Scotty, and he was like, I'm looking at your he's looking at something
throttle position.
He's looking at the throttle position. No, looking at something in the logs, and it was really erratic, and he couldn't figure out why. And when he loaded the throttle position up, it was between 52 and 73% throttle for the majority of my runs.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Doing this one.
yeah, always fluctuate the throttle.
feather foot.
Like, you mean, if I go any more, it's on limiter already.
Captain Feather sort, eh?
Yeah. So it's certainly got a lot more in it, but if I put too much more in it, I'm going to start breaking drive lines.
But in saying that, you want to put more grip in it to go faster now, don't you?
Yeah. I'm going to add.
It's a never-ending thing.
I'm going to add a little bit more grip to it to try and help me with my side bite when I'm chasing. because I don't feel like the car's got the ability to, say if someone happens to gap me at the start, my car hasn't got the ability to catch up in the corner.
Yeah.
Not
It's-
unless they dust too much speed on
Yeah.
the corner.
Have that forward
So
drive.
yeah, it's like if I try to go a tighter line, my car will still push wider halfway through the corner because it picks up momentum but doesn't pick up grip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So a couple more things to work on.
yeah, so wheel alignment
Yeah.
and then my car it should be done to Drift Masters thanks to Jiggy,
Yeah.
and I sort of
Right,
replaced the tapper cover because I broke it.
We just had a bit of an episode here, tying up the tapper cover and she cracked.
Snap the corner of it.
I've never seen anything like it. Is that even a common thing? Or it is?
JZ's are bad for it,
JZ,
especially when you
yeah.
use aftermarket valve cover gaskets because of the where the gasket goes over the front cam cap.
Yep.
If it's real thick, they try to pull it down, they end up breaking the tabs.
Yeah,
of it.
see
right.
the factory RV bolts step so they bottom out on the head, so you
Yeah.
can only go so tight.
Oh, because you got the dress up kit.
With the dress up kit, you can just keep
Yeah.
cranking them, and I just obviously ate too many Wheaties today.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that's the last thing I'm gonna fix now for.
Drift Masters,
Drift
man.
Masters.
That and fit tyres.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Jeez, you've never been so organised before.
No, so something's going to go fucking wrong.
Nah, you'll be fine, mate.
We got new clutch in the car. So I replaced the clutch for Rocky Nats this year.
Yeah.
It's done Rocky Nats, Drift Comp, Matsuri,
And fried.
and Fraud.
So yeah, we
No,
got
so we've gone-
Exceed's single plate, was it?
Yeah, and the last, I had exactly the same clutch in it before, lasted 5 years, but obviously
A lot less
I'm
power.
driving the car harder now too.
Yeah.
So
You had half the power for 5 years.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So now we'll put a twin plate in it, so we'll give that a go.
Yeah. What brand's that?
We got an extreme one.
Extreme.
So it was I wanted to get the Exceedy one, but unfortunately we are drifting on budget.
Yeah.
So and
What was the price difference on the?
$1,000 bucks.
well,
Oh, really?
If you're talking retail prices,
Yeah.
the price difference was actually 1,700.
Yeah, right.
But by the time I get looked after from people,
Yeah.
it was $1,000 bucks.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Discounted clutch, free labour.
He's doing alright, this guy.
He didn't even get a thank you this time.
Thank you,
He
Jeffrey.
hasn't left yet. So, yeah. As he leaves the door. Thank you. Yeah.
This clutch does work well, but I gave a little bit of a test hit in the workshop this afternoon.
Couple of double leggers there between the hoist.
Yeah. Just cleaning the concrete.
Yeah. That's awesome. Really go.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so Matsuri was a success and also a fail for all of us, I think, in a way.
Well, yeah, we both.
But-
Well, we all had our ups and downs, and even
Yep.
Benny
Yeah.
Benny was even chasing grip in the youth.
No, he had too much grip.
Oh, was it too much? Okay.
Yeah.
He had too much with the hard cover on,
There's not enough
and
of it
then
off.
when it come off, he didn't have enough, so he was like strapping tyres and stuff.
Yeah.
down and that, just to try to
Yeah,
get
I
the
walked
weight.
past his car and he's like, what are you doing with these tyres? Are you going home? He's like, no. I'm sorting out my grip issues. I'm like, yeah, right, eh? Yeah. So yeah.
Don't know if you did in his car, so I give him the HSDs out of my street car, put it in the front of his Commodore, so he actually runs some distance pass for some reliability.
Oh, he had missing parts in it before, he's just Chinese this
Oh, yeah, max speeding.
Oh, Max bending rods.
So we changed a few things there to try and help him stabilise the car better.
Yeah. Right.
Plus, he's also put different springs in the back of it to actually make it lighter. But he's about ready, I think, for a couple of things in his car. He's probably pretty good Drift Masters.
Yeah. So Benny had a few ups and downs. You also yourself. Your only downside was your bloody band, mate.
Was your
And the
attitude?
alternator.
Yeah, attitude.
The attitude, the
your
alternator.
bloody 360s out on track.
Oh, mate, I'm pretty sure a couple of them were you.
Oh, dude.
I looked down, I was like, is that Luke Fink? Oh, no. That's Jim.
When he got his armband removed, I was coming behind him I had Steve in the car. I think it was Steve. And I saw Jig starting to rotate.
I hit the.
And I was like, "Oi, Steve, watch this!" I just pulled max angle in the car, bashed it full throttle, lifted off the fucking clutch, and I don't want to go on past. My back end of my car would have gone past his car with like that yay much distance, and it was just full of smoke.
Yeah.
And I was like, reckon he shit himself?
I couldn't even notice it.
So his pin and spin might have been 50% my fault because all my extra smoke would have been there.
I panicked and I'm like, fuck, Carl's right there. I'm like, I've got to get out of the road. And then all I could hear was, I'm like, well, he didn't hit me, so that's a good thing.
We kind of worked out that they were out there to get in though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because there was that one car that munged down the straight and hit the barriers, the slow down barriers.
And the GSL boys smacked back their RXM into the wall.
Yep. And Jig, not even 5 minutes later, just munging the straight like a sicko.
It looked fucking good, but
Oh, like, yeah, that's sick. And then he gets pulled up for that. And then he got pulled up for a spin of pen. And then he got pulled up for a 360.
which I didn't even do.
Yeah, that's right. And then that's when he got the band changed.
Yeah.
And I took his car out, right?
And then the last warning.
I spun in his car, and I literally I spun, and I seen the Maroon R32 coming. I'm like, I'll just get out of his way. So I got back on the gas and just got around him, drifted around him, and come back, in behind. And I pull into the pits, and the chick's like.
She was fucking storming over too. She was
storming over, and then realised it was a different driver. And she's like, "Oh, mate, no 360s." I'm like, "Dude," I've gone out of the way of the R32. She's like, "Yeah, okay. I'll let you slide on that one."
As soon as she seen you, her attitude changed. I'm like, "No."
And then you got me Saturday night, who not too sure what happened, but going to the link section from 3 to 6. I ended up putting the car too far off the track. I took out 4 of the 5 cones and debeaded a tyre.
Yeah.
Drove in and I was like, I got this covered. Pulled straight up. Hey mate, I just went off the track and knocked some cones off. I think there's something on the track. You better go check it out. It's a bit slippery.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll go check it out. So I was good.
Probably all the oil from your catch can.
I did find out after I went back out that in that corner, a car busted a radiator.
Yeah, dumped the hydrocoolant.
And it was not long before I went through it, because the car didn't feel funny, but I still think I should be able to catch it and not do what I did.
I went 10-pin bowling. I think it was out.
The first run?
Yeah, first run out with you it was. And I had Capuzo in the car. And you've mudged out, I've mudged followed you, and the car just whipped back like this, like stupid, and we just went around. And you know when the Corolla got ridden off last year?
Yeah.
It was exactly straight through it. And them tyre barriers are there. I was gone, bruh. I took all the body witches hats out, ripped my side skirt up, come back in the pits.
Saw your underglow off?
Yeah, underglow didn't work. Come back in the pits. Check me tyre pressure. I got 10 psi on the front tyre. I'm like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told you that while it was on the trailer that it was flat. You're like, I'll sort it out at Ipswich.
Yeah. Just too keen to get out there. I'm like, nah, you did that. Yeah.
You blew a few tyres on that trip, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, before we even got the Matsuri, I was a set down.
I left about an hour and a half behind them and caught them from, what's it, 3 hours away?
Yeah.
I caught them 3 hours away because of
So
low on tyres before we even got there. Too keen.
What are we, 10 minutes out of Rocky?
It was just past Midgie turn off, and I'm like, ring Brad. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a tyre come off your trailer. He's like,
so Jiggy was 2 cars behind me, so you couldn't actually see the trailer.
Nah, you were a fair bit in front of me because I had somebody going fucking 8K in front of me.
Yeah. So Jiggy's giving me a phone call. He's like, and the reception's bad. My bloody patrol's loud, so you can't hear shit. And he's going, did you have a tyre fall off? I'm like, nah, they're all strapped down. And then I was like,
is that tyre come off?
Yeah, but what I heard was bloody completely different. I'm like, what's he talking about? I'm thinking like a whole tyre and rings come out of each tray. And then didn't think nothing more of it. I was behind a truck and the overtaking lane come open. I was like, I gotta overtake this truck. So I went for the truck. So I was even further in front of you. And then it was probably 100 Ks up the road.
It was just on the other side of Mount Larkham.
Yeah. So
it flashed and high beamed and fucking honked up.
Yeah. So this patrol's behind me. He's flashing. I'm like, something's up, obviously. So I pull over the side, and then buddy yelling at me, abusing me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? What have I done? Get out. this side of the trail, yeah, no dramas. Go look at the other side. My rim was, it was squashed. I drove on it for 100 k's without a tyre. So when Jiggy said, "Did you lose a tyre?" I lost the tyre. So there must have been bloody metal coming off, sparks.
No, I know you was fucking beeping at
Here we go. We've got a photo. Here we go. So check that out. That was the rim.
That was the first one.
Yeah, gotta see. Yeah. So yeah, that's the rim there. Oh, yeah, that's the first blowout.
I think the other one happened about 40 minutes out of Gin Gin.
Yeah. So next,
Just past Maryborough.
Yeah. So we had uneven tyres on there, so the other one must have got hot or something. Yeah.
Here they go.
Got the Gin Gin, and the boys at Gin Gin Tyre Power. Thanks, boys. Sorted us out within 40 minutes, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Rim tyres.
While we were sitting there eating pie from the bakery.
Yeah. And then Carl caught up, and then we're on our way. So I was a set down. I was a set down before we even got there. Yeah, bloody hell.
Probably the most tyres you blew a week.
Pretty much was. Oh, Jesus. One to remember. So,
Yeah.
No, it was good.
Yeah, apart from the old armband debacle and me getting a bit lippy when it was probably unwarranted.
Because there was a couple of photos that you seen in real lives, eh?
I love from
Photos
Melanie.
1,000 words.
Melanie photography or something. I think she's got a photo of me backwards on turn 6 and fucking tyre placed everywhere.
Some of that.
Yeah.
There he is.
But yeah, I think other than that, I had an alternator issue on Sunday, but that wasn't really much of a great loss because I wasn't having real clean runs anyway because it rained pretty much all day Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And it was like driving on fucking ice out there, so.
I don't even talk about it. I spent months in the rain.
Yeah, but you used to drive.
He's a pro drifter.
1,000 horsepower loss.
Yeah. CQ number 3.
What are you guys rated?
Well, I'm just in the top 8, you know. That's my average.
Not in George's though.
Oh, I can't win there.
You must have got him in the sore spot then, mate. He's taking low blows.
Yeah, anyway, I won't go there.
Next topic.
Let's talk. So Matsuri's always a great time.
Yep, that's a great time.
We're going to the next one.
Drift Masters prep.
Yep.
That's legit. We leave in 7 days.
Yeah.
So we film this now. We leave in 7 days, and so this will be out. We'll be 5 days away from leaving.
Yeah,
When
right.
this is out.
So we'll do another catch-up potty. See how you went, Drift Masters.
Yeah.
Yep.
See if Benny beat you so he can claim that number 1 title.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we have.
He's already jinxed it tonight. He was sitting there playing his car to break it.
Oh, so you got Drift Masters coming up, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch FD on the weekend to get yourself pumped up? Or
I actually did.
Yeah.
I tell you what though, like it wasn't a bad event, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like I feel a bit sorry for Mr. LZ.
Mr. LZ.
I really don't feel like it was his top 8 battle. I think it was. It's the furthest he's gotten all season.
That was against Rita. You're talking about.
Yeah, and like
that Rita, he's been up and coming in the last.
yeah, he's been pretty good.
Well, in the last season.
So it's one thing to watch it on TV, but on TV you see like when they there's Adam's chase battle and that second last or the last corner.
Yeah.
I know Adam got a bit sketchy in the first corner, but the touch on Rita's car, I don't think it was bad enough for Rita.
It was barely a touch. That was
he wasn't even on gas clearly, and Adam was.
Yeah.
And I know there's a decel zone there, but if you look at the marks on the ground, the cars are in the zone.
Yeah.
The decel zone should be before that.
Do you think they're a bit harder on Adam because they don't want to look like they're favourite in?
He's the hardest working driver in FD, I reckon, and just gets no breaks whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like you watch all of his other battles and all that sort of shit, and like the minus fuck up, and they're fucking dragging him over the coals for it. But you see like
I seen his
couple of
qualifying run, and on that last clipping point, mate, it was absolutely perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I got to give it to him, man. Like, he's doing really well.
The back of those RTR cars, if you watch some of the videos that Chelsea's put up, they are designed probably a little bit different, so they do have probably a fair bit of movement in the back bumper before they actually hit structural.
Yeah.
But I still don't think I still think Rita could have been on power with a little left foot brake and he would not have touched the wall.
Yeah.
no. And like you see LZ coming in, he come in hot too. Like that rear bar and rear quarters were like pushed in, and he was still on the pedal.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he didn't spin it.
And then the other battle with who was the favourite to win? What's his name? Matt
Field.
Matt Field. And Matt Field spun in front of LZ, and LZ picked it, mate. And he spun with him, and it was absolutely.
It was good.
Oh, that was
But
like,
you know-
I'm like,
you know-
holy
you know-
shit,
you know-
bro! Like
You know what it reminded me of?
that
Me and
takes.
Gaffo.
I know, you should be FD, mate. I don't know. Is that when Gaffo spun in front of you?
Yeah, and I spun with him and we didn't touch.
Yeah. At the finish line? was
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
We're not right before the finish line, actually.
That's still the proudest moment of drift ever watching drift.
Watching your own car.
Yeah, watching my own
getting
car.
beat up.
Yeah. I'll give him the keys again any day. Yeah, that was cool. But yes, the way Adam spun out with Matt Field, like, it just shows, man. Like he's definitely deserves to be there.
Yeah,
I
100%.
think so. I know he's got a lot of haters, saying it's all been given to him. But dude, he's worked hard to get there.
Yeah, but you watch him do like clutch kickers and other things he does. He can drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like he's just one of those people that's actually in a position where he can optimize his drive time and get better a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And because of his position, obviously,
Sponsors
born in
and
the
deals and
RTR
all that
or
stuff.
like, hey, look, look what you do with the S15 for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And he had bloody dramas after dramas, and he still pushed through.
it's his
Still
first
got podiums here and there.
And it was his first year driving that RTR Mustang, man.
Yeah.
So, like, even Vaughan said one of the videos, it's like, give him 2 years.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
He's going to win a title. Like, you give him 5 years.
yeah.
Surely.
How long did it take for Vaughan to get on the podium sort of thing with his Mustang when he first got it?
Well, he won one like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and then didn't win one.
But he also
Ages.
stepped away, I think,
2 years
for
ago.
a few years and he came back again.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So,
Right,
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Oh, well, so that got you keen, eh? Drift Masters?
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That's why
Hopefully no bad calls your way,
So,
mate.
yeah.
Being a big YouTuber,
No, well, I got a few comments apparently. Jiggy overheard them from a few guys down at Matsuri. So hopefully,
A couple of people that drove with you at Rocky Nut sort of
yeah.
spotted you and picked you out of the crowd and said that you've advanced a fair bit. So
So hopefully I can I was sitting in line up at Matsuri, nervous for Drift Masters.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't. Matsuri is good, but Drift Masters, I was like, fuck. What if I get the entry wrong? And I was like trying to work on my starts because if I think my grip right, if I don't jump with the car and they gap me, I think I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So I might have to do the old James Dean jump first.
Yeah.
And let the car come in the corner beside me.
Yeah.
So
So-
what you're trying to say is that Benny's probably got an unfair advantage over you because he's probably at home right now on the sim.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
no,
why he missed the podcast, eh? He's at home.
Well, you
QR.
say that, right? But I spoke to him at the start of the week on the weekend when he grabbed catch down on the weekend, I think it was. And he's like, oh, bro, so I've set the sim up and I've got this ute in the sim and it's all about how it reacts in practicing.
Yeah, eh?
I was like, dog.
Maybe you should have been around at Benny's place, mate.
Nah, he gave me shit set up on the S13. I'll crash. Yeah, that's sim. I gotta. That sim, like to me, the sim's nothing like driving. So
Yeah.
See, you talk to people like Hayden Barth or Dave Casey and all those sort of boys.
they love it.
They love it. Like they get on that race or whatever the hell it is,
Yeah.
and like Dave Casey's team.
I think it's all about the settings.
Yeah.
Replicating the settings to your car.
Yeah.
Because like you
Yeah.
watch James Dean on his sim, and
It's mirrored.
mirrored to his in-car in-car vision, and you're just like, dude,
Dude,
how
God.
sick is that? I'd sit on that all night if that was
Yeah.
like that. You know?
It's probably something I get used to too, because like when I drove, the first time I ever drove was Benz,
Yeah.
and I don't know, you see like James's and all the other ones on YouTube, whatever, and they got like the monitors galore. Benz has got one monitor, and I couldn't pick the angle of the car going in the corner, but like like me coming, I've said like podcasts ago now, like motocross background, like I'm used to the feeling I get when I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And like you pick what's happening. So at motocross, you pick what the bike's doing by what you feel.
Yeah.
So that's what I apply it with the car. I pick what I'm feeling with the car. If I don't have that bit of inertia in the seat, it destroys me off.
Yeah.
So, like with like Ben and them, Ben's that's how he probably got into it in a way. Like he got into drift car racing, got a sim, and he's been doing it. But I'm a bit funky on it.
I think Ben's got a lot of learn from back when he was like 16 driving that Hyundai XL out at Grace Me.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Thrashing around doing handbrakes everywhere.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
He's been driving longer than a lot of kids his age, hasn't he?
Yeah. So,
No, he's been drifting a hell of a lot longer than I have.
Yeah.
I've had my license longer than he's been awake, so.
Been awake.
but no, the sim was fun. And I did start getting used to it, but it's to me nothing beats the actual feeling of it. You know what I mean? Like sitting in a seat and just mimicking it just isn't me.
Yeah. I'm on the same boat there.
Yeah.
Damn, I suck at computer games, so I'd probably fucking pinball off walls.
Yeah. give me Gran Turismo 3. Oh no, that mate.
The old-
2. Yeah,
the old
I was a 3 fan.
The old Pikes Peak,
Yeah.
scooter doing wheel stands down the
Oh
street.
yeah, that was sick. Yeah, I used to love it. I was a fan of the 400R, R33 400R. I just set up for drifting.
Dream car, mate. Dream car.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to afford one.
Oh, yeah.
I'd probably have to sell both kidneys, both nuts in the house.
Subscribe, press the bell.
Need a 400R.
Notification bell. We want a 400R on the channel.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Even if it's just a backdrop.
we get a frame photo.
Just give us a side cut of one. We'll just do it in the background.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, Drift
Cool.
Masters next weekend.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's your first big boy event, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then you boys got the gravy roast.
if
You're going to borrow the 31 for the gravy
anyone
roast.
wants to sponsor Titus and Gravy Roast,
Right.
send Brad a message because I don't know how we're going to go afford Titus and Gravy Roast.
What are we doing?
We need Titus and Gravy Roast.
Oh, you're chasing a sponsor right now.
I'm using all yours to Drift Masters, so I'm going to replace 10 of yours plus buy more for me.
Yeah.
So,
Well, as we said, subscribe.
yeah, subscribe. Buy merch, get on the line, buy some shirts.
fishanddrifts.com.au.
Yeah.
The merch is actually being posted out now. Sorry for the wait for most of the people. Probably not even watching this. Cracking shits with us.
Yeah,
Office.
unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. Yeah, sorry.
Dislike.
Yeah, we did go through a bit of dramas on our first drop there, but now we're on top of it. So shirts are coming out.
Like
Alright.
everything starting up, mate, there's always teething issues, so.
Yeah.
And we are actually trying to get an order in to have actual stuff in stock instead of having it sort of made to order in a way.
Yeah.
So we're still working it out. We're getting there.
Yeah, made to order didn't really work out for
Nah,
us.
so we're working that out.
Yeah.
Big wheels down slow, eh?
Oh, big wheels. Gotta keep on turning at least. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, besides that,
Yeah,
keep it short and sweet.
yeah, short and sweet. Wrap it up there.
Yeah, and we'll see you all after Drift Masters.
Yeah.
And Brad's not coming, so I'll do my best to take some videos over there. If not, Carly and Jig can.
Yeah, we'll have
There we go.
Carly on the GoPro for the weekend, I
Yeah,
reckon.
yeah. Carly on the vlogs, eh? Yes. We'll see what she can do.
She can be
100%.
the new director.
Yeah, she's going like this now.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, boys.
She's
Wrap
like,
it up.
I want to go home.
Yeah. All right. Wrap it up there.
Yep. We'll see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe.
See you on the next one. Done it.